Viewers, Rahul Gandhi, the leader of opposition in Lok Sabha, has once again stirred controversy by questioning the integrity of India's electoral process on foreign soil. This is not an isolated incident, viewers, but a part of a troubling pattern where time and again Rahul Gandhi chooses international platforms to slander India's democratic institutions. By casting aspersions on the sanctity of the poll process and the mandate of the Modi government, Rahul Gandhi has not only maligned the world's largest democracy but also undermined his own credibility as a responsible opposition leader. Viewers, by choosing foreign platforms to voice his concerns, he bypasses the democratic avenues available within the country, such as parliamentary debates, judicial recourse, where such issues can be rigorously discussed and addressed. This selective outrage abroad smacks of political opportunism. Viewers, as leader of opposition, Rahul Gandhi's repeated Bharat bashing on foreign soil weakens the very democratic fabric he claims to defend. By questioning the mandate of a government elected by millions, he indirectly questions the wisdom of the voter. A leader who doubts the system he is part of risks losing the moral authority, viewers, to lead. Constructive criticism is the lifeblood of democracy, but it must be rooted in evidence, delivered through appropriate channels, and most importantly, tempered with respect for the nation's dignity. If Rahul Gandhi truly aspires to lead India, he must start by respecting the mandate of its people and the institutions that uphold their will. Viewers, rather than maligning the mandate of a democratically elected government and casting aspersions on a globally respected institution like the Election Commission of India, here are 10 things Rahul Gandhi could have or should have said. First, Rahul Gandhi should have declared his commitment to being available 24/7 instead of sporadic appearances and frequent unexplained absence. Second, Rahul Gandhi should have vowed to dismantle the non-performing coterie that surrounds him. The Congress is plagued by a clique of advisors and loyalists who prioritize sycophancy over strategy. He could have said, I will replace underperforming insiders with fresh talent, ensuring our leadership reflects merit, not proximity to the High Command. Thirdly, viewers, Rahul Gandhi should have prioritized strengthening the grassroots leadership of the Congress party. The organizational decay is no secret. Point number 4, Rahul Gandhi should have committed to crafting a clear, compelling vision for India. The Congress has struggled to counter the BJP's narrative of development and cultural pride. Fifth, Rahul Gandhi should have emphasized modernizing the Congress's campaign machinery. Sixth, Rahul Gandhi should have pledged to rebuild alliances with regional parties. The Congress's arrogance has alienated potential partners in states like Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal, Delhi, Haryana. He could have stated, we will forge respectful, mutually beneficial alliances to create a united front against the BJP and the Modi government, prioritizing coalition dharma. But he didn't do that. Seventh, Rahul Gandhi should have addressed the Congress's failure to connect with the pulse of the voters. Eighth, Rahul Gandhi should have promised to respect merit both in and outside the party. Ninth, viewers, Rahul Gandhi should have owned up the dismal electoral performance of the Congress under his watch. Deflecting blame onto institutions like the Election Commission only erodes credibility. And 10th, viewers, and perhaps the most critically, Rahul Gandhi should have inspired his party and the public with a message of hope and resilience instead of injecting doubt about democratic institutions. He could have put Bharat first in Boston. Viewers, Rahul Gandhi's baseless attack on the Election Commission of India exposes a refusal to confront the real issue. What is it? His party's inability to adapt to a changing India. That's the problem. The Election Commission is not the problem. Congress's inertia is, or refusal to acknowledge what the problem is, that is the problem. If Rahul Gandhi truly wants to lead, he must stop blaming the referee and start fixing his team. The voter deserves an opposition that fights with ideas, not excuses.
More people voted in the Maharashtra Assembly elections than there are adults in Maharashtra. This is the fact. The Election Commission gave us a voting figure for 5:30 in the evening, and between 5:30 in the evening and 7:30 in the evening, when the polls were supposed to have closed, 65 lakh voters voted. Now, that is physically impossible to happen. If we ask, they not only refused to give us the videography, they changed the law so that now you're not allowed to ask for the videography. So it's very clear to us that the Election Commission is compromised. It's very clear that there is something very wrong with the system.
देखिए, राहुल गांधी जॉर्ज सोरोस के एजेंट हैं और जॉर्ज सोरोस ही बताता है इनको कि क्या करना है, कैसे कपड़े पहनने हैं, कैसी एक्टिंग करनी है. ये देखिए, ये सारे के सारे आप समझ लीजिए एक बात क्लियरली, ये जॉर्ज सोरोस इनका ट्यूशन मास्टर है.
Here is Rahul Gandhi, who time and again undermines India's institutions. He has already said he's fighting Indian state. Then he goes abroad and he also attacks Indian institutions. India's institutions, which are संवैधानिक institutions, इनका अपमान has become Rahul Gandhi's पहचान.
Let's open this up. Sanju Verma, the national spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, Kamruzaman Chaudhary ji, Ravi Srivastav ji, IP Singh, national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, and Dr. Anand Ranganathan completes this panel. Kamruzaman Chaudhary, first question sir, बुरा मत मानिएगा. Election Commission of India, उसमें कोई problem नहीं है. Supreme Court has said so on many, on multiple occasions. The problem is with INC, not ECI. When will you acknowledge that?
या प्रणेश, गुड इवनिंग. फर्स्ट एंड फॉरमोस्ट, जो लोग एक पुराने एक्स इलेक्शन कमिश्नर को मुस्लिम इलेक्शन कमिश्नर बोल सकते हैं, वो ना ही बहस करे इस मुद्दे पे तो बेटर है. There is a complete lack of trust in the Election Commission of India over the last few years, and we have been seeing it. We have repeatedly raised certain vital important questions with the Election Commission, and I personally and everybody of us in India feel that the Caesar's wife must be above suspicion. Why I say this? Once when the Supreme Court had directed the Union government to make the Chief Justice of India as a member of the selecting committee of this Election Commission of India. Next day, what did the Modi government do? Went back to their cabinet, brought in an ordinance and removed the Election Commission, the Chief Justice of India. It doesn't stop out there. We had raised a number of complaints on Maharashtra elections. We have raised a number of complaints against the Prime Minister of India, against the Assam's Chief Minister, against Nilesh Rane, or against Aditya.
Kamruzaman Chaudhary ji, let me ask you a direct question, sir. You are confusing the viewer and yourself by talking about selection, election. This is actually deflection. Answer one simple question. How does the Congress have a government in Karnataka? How do you have a government in Himachal Pradesh? How are you ruling Telangana? Were these polls conducted by the FBI or the United Nations?
No, one thing, Pranesh, you are absolutely right. What did Rahul Gandhi exactly raise the question about? The state's adult population and the registered voters. Why there is a discrepancy during the two? There is no answer forthcoming convincing. Why use Form 7 to delete the Mahavikas Aghadi voters from the list? Why are there 7,000 new voters registered from the same address of one building? You show me.
No. By the way, the Election Commission, Kamruzaman Chaudhary ji, sir, put your hand on your heart. The Election Commission has clarified it. Next, you will say Rahul Gandhi will go to United Nations because of Boston में है, 4 कदम और चल लेंगे, वहां पे न्यूयॉर्क में UNGA चले जाएंगे, वहां कंप्लेन करेंगे. For that, you have the Supreme Court here, or approach the other courts, the higher courts. What is this Bharat bashing in Boston?
You tell me, Narendra Modi ji, the Prime Minister of a country who was not a Chief Minister, he went abroad, and what did he say about? कभी-कभी पहले लोगों को लगता था कि जाने पिछले जन्म का क्या पाप किया था कि भारत में जन्म हुआ. This is the language of the prime minister in a foreign country. And you want to have kids' gloves on these people. They have compromised each and every institution, Pranesh. The CBI, ED, the income tax, all were compromised. Now the election commission has been compromised. Leave aside the National Human Rights Commission or the...
Sir, if the ECI Kamruzaman Chaudhary, I'll get the
BJP
BJP to respond to you, but I'm telling you one thing. Let's not beat around the bush. If Rahul Gandhi really thinks all the institutions are compromised, resign. The Congress should, just give up the governments in the states and sit on dharna till the Supreme Court or some greater power decides this. Sanju Verma.
Thank you, Pranesh. Pranesh, I'll need just a little bit of time to rebut each of the frivolous and reckless allegations by the Congress on this panel. First and foremost, let's get one thing very clear. On a pilot basis, EVMs were used way back in Kerala in 1982 और वो चुनाव बीजेपी नहीं जीती थी. For the first time in state elections, EVMs were used in 1998, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Delhi. All the three elections, Pranesh, were won by the Congress party. BJP नहीं जीती थी, but BJP ने रोना धोना नहीं किया. 2004, for the first time in a general election on a large scale basis, EVMs were used. The BJP lost. The Congress-led alliance won. 2019, 2014 की बाद में बात करेंगे. 2009 में भी जो जनरल इलेक्शन का चुनाव हुआ था, वहां पर कांग्रेस लेड अलायंस वन, बीजेपी लॉस्ट. बीजेपी ने लांछन नहीं लगाई थी, neither lanchan at the chief election commissioner nor undermining the electoral process. Now let me come to the moot point. Very quickly, Maharashtra. What happened in Maharashtra? Maharashtra has a population of roughly 12 crore. Maharashtra has 9.63 crore registered voters. The first allegation by Rahul Gandhi is that there were 8.94 crore registered voters in 2019. That number rose to 9.63 crore in 2024. How did Maharashtra see a 69 lakh jump in registered voters? That is very, very normal. Even in Telangana, with a far lower population of barely 4 crore, there was a rise of 18.9 crore registered voters between 2019 and 2024. But coming back to Maharashtra, Rahul Gandhi says that the number of votes that were polled and the number of votes that were counted, इसके बीच में discrepancy है. And Mr. Chokhalingam, the Maharashtra election commissioner, rebutted Rahul Gandhi saying no. What Rahul Gandhi failed to do was he failed to count the postal ballots. So the number of votes that were physically cast, and if you add the number of postal ballot votes, which was 5,38,225, then the total number of votes that were polled in Maharashtra Assembly election of 2024 were 6 crore 46 lakh 26,420. And the number of votes that were counted were also 6 crore 46 lakh 26,420. The only thing Rahul Gandhi missed doing was that he did not add the postal ballot votes of 5,38,225. But arithmetic is not one of Rahul Gandhi's stronger virtues. I just want to focus on one thing, Pranesh. The other argument was that the voting percentage in Maharashtra election at 5 p.m. was 58%. It rose to 66% by 6:15 or so by the time the polls were closed for people. Now, the election commission has said same thing happened in Jharkhand also. Jharkhand mein 5 baje the voting percentage was 55%. Come 6:15, before the election process was halted, the voting percentage had risen to 67.74%, a 12.74% rise between 5 p.m. and 6:15 p.m. Jharkhand mein ho to changasi, Maharashtra mein ho to hahakar. Now the final point is this, Pranesh, bear with me for 20 seconds. Rahul Gandhi goes to Cambridge and he says, a large chunk of democracies has come undone in India. In 2018, he went to Germany and he said, Make in India is a joke. In 2023, he went to Paris and he said, Samvidhan khatre mein hai. Last year, he met Ilhan Omar, the same, Congresswoman who says Kashmir is not a part of India. She calls it India-occupied Kashmir. और राहुल गांधी इल्हान ओमर को जादू की झप्पी दे रहे थे और कांग्रेसी यहां बैठकर राहुल गांधी को शाबाशी दे रहे थे. My final point is this: you can criticize policies, but you can't criticize your nation. There is a difference between criticizing Prime Minister Modi, criticizing Bharatiya Janata Party, and criticizing our institutions. If you go and criticize
Right.
the election commission, if you go and undermine the credibility of our election process, then you are breaching the Lakshman Rekha. और राहुल गांधी ने बार बार लक्ष्मण रेखा का उल्लंघन किया है। शर्म आनी चाहिए राहुल गांधी और उसके चरण चुंबकों को।
Dr. Ranganathan, should I ask Ravi Srivastava to come in or do you want to respond before him? जैसा आप बोले।
नहीं, पहले उनको देख लेते हैं क्या कहना है, उसके बाद कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव रिबटल आएगा।
रवि श्रीवास्तव सर बताइए, देखिए इतना प्यार है आपके लिए सर।
के लीजिए, हम बाद में बोल लेंगे, हमें कोई जल्दी नहीं है, 8:30 तक डिबेट है। आप बोलिए, उनको दे दिए ना 5 मिनट बोलने के लिए, आप भी 5 मिनट बोल लीजिए।
अरे सर आप तो गुस्सा हो गए, ये तो ये सम्मान है आपका। देखिए आप में ये ऑक्शन हो रहा है कि पहले आपको दिया जाए। देखिए सब टीम्स ने बोल दिया है कि रवि श्रीवास्तव पहले बोले। सर बोलिए, let's get on with it. But I just want to ask you, Ravi Srivastava, sir, 1 minute. I have a straightforward question. Sam Pitroda भी थे राहुल गांधी के साथ. So Sam Pitroda abuses Indians, Rahul Gandhi undermines India. ये क्या है sir? Is this the Bharat Jodo spirit or the Jai Samvidhan spirit? What is this?
Pradesh, he is a leader of opposition and he is well within his right to say whatever he wants to say. If he is not allowed to speak in the parliament, he will speak in the whole world. And if somebody thinks that people abroad do not know what is happening in India, he is living in a fool's paradise. We are exposed to the whole world by internet and everybody knows that what is being compromised and what is not. And don't create a narrative that he abused India. Please, he talks about the Indian institutions. He is not talking about the nation. 18th May 2015, आज प्राइम मिनिस्टर नरेंद्र मोदी साउथ कोरिया से हमने क्या पाप किए थे जो हम हिंदुस्तान में पैदा हुए। कितने शर्म की बात है। He has abused the entire India. And nobody talks about that. We are talking when he is talking about institutions. EC, an inspector says, I was bribed with 10 lakhs rupees for changing the EVM. And the election commission responded to that. He said that police inspector is frustrated, disgruntled. So he is
रवि श्रीवास्तव जी, मैं आपसे एक छोटा सवाल और पूछ रहा हूं। पहले का तो आपने जवाब नहीं दिया, बट इट्स ओके। आप बोल रहे हैं राहुल गांधी इज लीडर ऑफ ऑपोजिशन, ही विल द होल वर्ल्ड इज हिज प्लेटफॉर्म। दैट्स ओके सर, इट्स गुड टू हैव द वर्ल्ड एज योर स्टेज। मुझे ये बताइए, हाउ डू यू रेट राहुल गांधी स्पीच ऑन वक्फ डिबेट इन लोकसभा? कितना नंबर देंगे उसको 1 से 10 में?
The Waqf debate was open to all. All MPs spoke over there. If Rahul Gandhi did not speak, I don't find any reason for that. But
अरे अभी आप बोल रहे थे he is not allowed to speak. Now you are saying he did not speak. Where was the leader of opposition? No, 1 minute. The Congress has been strident in its defense of the Waqf reform. Where was Rahul Gandhi? He saved his speech to deliver in Boston. Why didn't he speak in Lok Sabha? And then how do you say that he is not allowed to speak in Lok Sabha, sir? IP सिंह जी, आपने सुना था राहुल गांधी का स्पीच लोकसभा में वक्फ डिबेट जब चल रहा था? अखिलेश यादव से पहले बोले थे वो।
देखिए, जिस तरह से ईवीएम को लेकर सवाल खड़े हुए हैं, जिन संस्थाओं की आप बात कर रहे हैं, लेकिन जिस तरह से देश की सर्वोच्च अदालत पर सवालिया निशान बीजेपी के इशारे पर एक सांसद ने खड़ा किया है, चुनाव आयोग पर ही चुनाव आयुक्त के ऊपर सवालिया निशान खड़ा किया है, तो बीजेपी खुद निशाने पर सभी संस्थाओं को ले रही है। और हमारे राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष जी ने बहुत साफ तौर से श्री अखिलेश यादव जी ने कहा है कि 80 की 80 लोकसभा सीटें चाहे हम उत्तर प्रदेश में जीत जाएं, इंडिया गठबंधन पूरे देश में 300 सीटें जीत जाएं, लेकिन हम ईवीएम हटा कर रहेंगे। और चुनाव आयोग पर कतई भरोसा हमें नहीं है। चुनाव आयोग जे भी है, 2022 के उत्तर प्रदेश चुनाव में हम लगातार कहते रहे कि डीजीपी को हटाओ, नहीं हटाया गया। हमने कहा मुख्य सचिव ढाक है, वो दिल्ली से थोपे गए, उन्हें हटाओ।
आईपी सिंह जी,
नहीं
कहां से
हटाया गया।
कहां चले गए? एक
हमने कहा
मिनट,
ये
आप दोनों बातें एक सेंटेंस में कैसे बोल सकते हैं सर? थोड़ी तो मर्यादा रखिए। आप बोल रहे हैं कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट का इंसल्ट कर रहा है बीजेपी, और फिर बोल रहे हैं कि राहुल गांधी सही बोल रहे हैं इसी के बारे में। कुछ तो सर, मतलब एक पॉइंट अभी बोलना था, दूसरा पॉइंट था दूसरे डिबेट के लिए, आपसे रहा नहीं गया, आपको लगा बाद में मौका मिले ना मिले एक साथ बोल दो, लेकिन इसमें आप फंस गए। अभी देखिए डॉक्टर रंगनाथन वेट, इसीलिए उन्होंने बोला कि इनको पहले बोलने देते। डॉक्टर रंगनाथन।
Good evening, Pranesh. Now that the dust has settled, can I please have my couple of minutes? Look, I think even though I am a free speech absolutist, I think the time has come for the Election Commission to sue anyone casting allegations of malpractice or malfunctioning of EVM so as to manipulate Indian electoral process. Enough is enough. Defamation using a serious allegation of malpractice and corruption comes under defamation laws, not under free speech, Pranesh. For example, someone alleging that you took a bribe of $1 million isn't free speech. It is prosecutable in order to save your reputation. The same goes for the Election Commission, whose reputation and its protection is paramount for instilling confidence in the Indian population and electorate. But does the EC have in itself to sue Rahul Gandhi? That's the moot point. Now, Rahul Gandhi's allegations of today, inexplicable increase in voter turnout, arbitrary deletion of voters, addition of 10,000 voters per constituency, all of them have been already rebutted by the EC in December. क्या चल रहा है? कुछ सुनते हैं कि नहीं सुनते हैं? The gap in voter turnout data was due to presiding officers updating turnout data after completing statutory duties. Voter turnout data in Form 17C was already shared with candidates' agents. 2,779 deletions per constituency were made transparently due to deaths, relocations or duplicate entries, and all political party representatives were involved. The claim that the NDA won 47 out of 50 seats with 50,000 voter additions was also a lie, as only 6 constituencies saw such increases. Voter mismatches were clarified as postal ballots 5,38,225 were excluded from initial EVM vote counts, resolving the discrepancy. क्या चल रहा है? कोई डेटा है, कुछ नाम की चीज है जो आपके दिमाग में आए कभी? And now the Congress wants to revert to ballot paper. Trust me, if elections were conducted through ballot paper and Congress lost, they would blame the quality of the paper from Chavdi Bazaar that went into making the ballot. Unacceptable result, manipulated election, malfunctioning and tampering of EVMs. You know, credence is given to any man's utterances only after knowing his antecedents. And over the last 10 years, we have seen these claimants for what they really are. Industrial scale liars and hypocrites. Remember Sam Petroda, who said something is wrong with the EVMs. Give me 1 year to study its circuitry and I will tell you what. Well, Sam has been studying Rahul Gandhi for 40 years and he still hasn't figured out what is wrong with this circuitry. Remember Naveen Chawla, despite the Shah Commission charging him with committing atrocities during the emergency and deeming him unfit for office, he was appointed the Chief Election Commissioner right before the 2009 general elections, ignoring the written affidavit of the then CEC that Chawla was spying for the Congress and passing on sensitive information to it. And for 60 years under the Congress, Pranesh, Chief Election Commissioners were appointed by the President, obviously under the directive of the Prime Minister. But that was impartial according to the Congress. Pranesh, it's been decades and not a single allegation regarding the EVM or the VVPAT has been proven true. Not one. Supreme Court itself has looked into it time and again, and the EVM and VVPAT question has rejected 100% VVPAT verification for obvious reasons, remarking, please bear with me, that there exists, quote, not a single instance except one where VVPAT data did not match with EVM votes. SC itself has said that reintroducing paper ballot system will undo the electoral reforms, asserting that EVMs have eliminated booth capturing, reduced paper usage, solved logistical challenges, expedited count process just 10 seconds. Now, all those who lose elections through EVMs want to revert to ballot paper. Have we forgotten, Pranesh, how elections were rigged through ballot paper? Or should we ask Shashi Tharoor to remind them, who himself admitted that Congress rigged the 1987 Jammu and Kashmir elections?
Kamruzaman ji, I am sure you would also endorse that demand of ballot papers. Let me tell you some data. Telangana MLC elections were held, sir, just last month. बीजेपी won 2 of the 3 MLC seats. बैलेट पेपर से हुआ था. जनवरी में उत्तराखंड लोकल बॉडी पोल्स वर हेल्ड. बीजेपी won 10 of the 11 mayoral seats. Congress drew a blank. July 2023, West Bengal Panchayat election. TMC got 51% of votes polled. Congress won 4.5% of vote. It was all ballot paper, sir.
One thing you must understand, I am not discussing out here the ballot paper or the EVMs.
No,
or any
let's
other
discuss
thing out
it
here.
because your alliance partners are.
coming.
You must take a stand. Does the Congress want to go back to
that's a
ballot
classic-
papers? Because Mr. Khadge has also on many occasions, said EVMs are faulty. So take a stand. What will change? Will the ballot papers change the fate of the Congress? How? I don't know.
Pranesh, now can I come in? I don't want to go into the EVM and the ballot paper because there are some principal issues with which we should need to be debating now. Basically, the reason being, even last 2 months ago, Election Commission of India had asked for 3 months' time when it accepted that there are duplicate epic numbers being issued from different parts of the country. There are instances wherein voters from Haryana, UP, Bihar have been registered in the Bengal voter list. This has been caught red-handed.
Now,
We
can I
have
ask you
asked the
something?
election
Kamru
com-
Zamanji,
no,
sir,
wait,
1
wait,
minute.
wait,
Let's
wait,
go
wait.
step by step, Kamru Zamanji. Let's go step by step. You've just now said that the EC, accepted concerns. If an institution is really sold out, compromised, dictatorial, etc., would it ever concede a point that, that puts it in the bad light or shows itself in the bad light? No. It just tells you that EC is open to your concerns.
कमीशन का मुंह में दही जम जाता क्या जब राहुल गांधी ने बोला था कि हमको डिजिटाइज फॉर्मेट में महाराष्ट्र का वोटर लिस्ट दीजिए, तब कहां जाकर छुप जाते, किसका पल्लू का पीछे जाकर छुपते ये लोग?
फिर आप बोल
आज
रहे
यहाँ
हैं
पे-
ये फिर बोल रहे हैं
आज
दिस इज अ
बड़ा-
सर दिस इज अ
बड़ा-
मिसोजिनिस्ट कमेंट. व्हाट इज दिस पल्लू के पीछे छुपना? क्या है सर? आप लोग कब समझेंगे सर? कब समझेंगे? पल्लू रिमार्क यू मेड दिस इन द पास्ट, अपोलोजाइज्ड, हियर यू आर अगेन. कमरू जमान जी, टेंडर एन अपॉलॉजी एंड लेट्स मूव ऑन.
Pranesh, either you let me put out my point.
No,
before
you can put
interject.
out your point. You can't do this.
So
no,
no,
you
I'm
can't.
sorry. I'm sorry for that comment.
Great.
But the basic
Let's
point
go
is
on.
the basic point that I'm telling out here. Rahul Gandhi had formed an Eagle Committee of the Indian National Congress, which is going all the discrepancies that we are fearing that the Election Commission is in hand in cahoots with the BJP. Right from the 2017 Gujarat elections, wherein it deliberately postponed the elections to announce some stops for the Gujaratis out there. It was a clear case. During the Balakot strikes, during the hate speeches.
Kamru
made by
Zaman ji,
Prime
sir,
Minister Modi,
what has the Balakot strike got to do with this? Sir, where are you wanting to take this debate? Eagle, you have more faith in Eagle, not in EC. Just because, Eagle was formed by the Congress party. I mean, what's going on? Dr. Ranganathan, Sanju Verma, they both asked you for data. Where is the data on the basis of which Rahul Gandhi is saying this? Sanju Verma, where is that data?
Thank you. Pranesh, first and foremost, let me make this very clear. This is something you have to listen to. The Chief Election Commissioner said that while Maharashtra has 9.63 crore registered voters, after we filed the special summary report on the 7th of January 2025, there is something called a SSR, Special Summary Report. We invited all parties to file appeals. And do you know something, Pranesh? He said, with respect to Maharashtra elections, from the opposition, we received only 89 appeals. Vis-a-vis 9.63 crore registered voters, there were only 89 appeals filed at the district level. There was no appeal filed by Rahul Gandhi or Akhilesh Yadav or Lalu Yadav or N.K. Stalin at the national level. So the Chief Election Commissioner said, if you really wanted to contest the results, what stopped you from filing an appeal under Section 24 of the People's Representation Act of 1951? टीवी डिबेट पर आकर मोदी सरकार को गाली देना, टीवी डिबेट पर आकर इलेक्शन कमिश्नर को गाली देना, टीवी डिबेट पर आकर ईवीएम की धज्जियां उड़ाना.
Right.
If you really wanted to contest, why did you not file relevant appeals at the national level? Point number one. Point number two, Pranesh, very quickly. If you remember, Pranesh, since you are a seasoned journalist, Nagendra Singh, T. Swaminathan, R.K. Trivedi, R.V.S. Perishastri, V.S. Ramadevi, T.N. Station, M.S. Gill, J.M. Lindo, P.S. Krishnamurthy, B.B.
Right.
Tandon, Naveen Chawla, S.Y. Qureshi. These were chief election commissioners under erstwhile Congress regimes. बीजेपी ने कभी नवीन चावला या वीएस रमादेवी की धज्जियां नहीं उड़ाई, बट एसवाई कुरैशी की धज्जियां हम उड़ाएंगे, and I'll tell you why. Despite being a former CEC, he had the audacity to post a tweet on X saying the Modi government wants to grab all Muslim lands. Mr. Qureshi भाई साहब, हिंदुस्तान में आपके मुस्लिम लैंड कहां से आ गए? Now we start claiming Hindu lands, Buddhists start claiming Buddhist lands. तो फिर आपकी तो
No, let's come back to this. Ravi Srivastava, Dr. Ranganathan, I'm coming to you after this. Ravi Srivastava, let me quickly read out what the Congress has said, sir. When the Congress won the Karnataka elections in 2023, Rahul Gandhi, who's today questioning the integrity of the EC in Boston, said this is a victory of people over crony capitalism. These are Rahul Gandhi's words, sir. The polls were conducted by the Election Commission. When Congress won the Himachal polls, Rahul Gandhi said we won due to the hard work of our party workers. When the Congress won the Telangana polls, Mr. Khadge said we thank the people for giving us the mandate. So when you win, everything is okay.
See, first of all, somebody used the word लांछन नहीं लगाया बीजेपी ने कभी. अरे लांछन तो छोड़ो, पूरी किताब लिख के घूम रहे थे लाल किशन अडवाणी जी और जीवीएल उसको विमोचन कर रहे थे. क्या बात करते हैं ये आप तो ईवीएम के हाथ छोड़ के पीछे पड़े हुए थे. पूरी बीजेपी आज कहते हैं कि हमने कभी लांछन नहीं लगाया. Secondly, whenever there is a problem, only then Congress goes for a appeal or asking for a video.
Mr. Srivastava, you going for an appeal? No, 1 minute. Why is Rahul Gandhi? Why is Rahul Gandhi appealing to people of India from Boston? Why? You said he is not allowed to speak in Parliament. Did you hear Rahul's speech in Parliament in Lok Sabha on Waqf? You didn't. Rahul hasn't spoken. So how can you complain? बोलने नहीं देते. Dr. Ranganathan.
नहीं, देखिए मैं अगेन एट द रिस्क ऑफ आई एम ऑलवेज यूज्ड टू द बिलो पैनल, रिस्पेक्टेड बिलो पैनल, ऑलवेज कमिंग विद मी विद चार्जिंग विद स्वर्ड्स, बट कभी कभी संजू जी भी आ जाती हैं और अभी हो सकता है संजू जी आ जाएं बीइंग आई विल बी एक्यूज्ड ऑफ मंकी बैलेंसिंग, बट शी इज अ लवली वंडरफुल पर्सन एंड अ फ्रेंड, सो आई डोंट माइंड. पॉइंट इज I am tired and India is tired of victimhood. That is what the election commission has reduced itself to. अब ये victimhood काट कर रहा है. मैं आपको इंस्टेंस देता हूं. राहुल गांधी ने एक झूठ बोला था कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कहा है कि मोदी चोर है, चौकीदार चोर है, सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कहा है मोदी चोर है. He had to grovel before the Supreme Court and apologize. वही सारी एकड़ी निकल गई थी जो गब्बर सिंह ने कहा था. यहां पे इलेक्शन कमीशन उनको सू क्यों नहीं करता है? सारी एकड़ी निकल जाएगी एक बार में. As I'm saying, there's no point EC crying again and again and playing the victim card, saying that oh please don't say it. Of course he's going to say it. Prove where your metal lies. Take him to court and say either you prove the allegations or you apologize. वो करना है नहीं, victimhood खेलना है. This is wrong.
IP सिंह जी, अयोध्या बीजेपी हार गई, इलेक्शन कमीशन में कुछ कमी रह गई होगी सर, इसीलिए इलेक्शन कमीशन ने कहा कि नहीं अयोध्या हम बीजेपी को नहीं देंगे. कैसे जीत गई सर समाजवादी पार्टी अयोध्या? इफ द ईवीएम इज कॉम्प्रोमाइज, द ईसी इज कंप्लिसिट एटसेट्रा एटसेट्रा.
देखिए सवाल यही है कि हम 80 की 80 लोकसभा सीटें जीत जाए, हम 300 सीटें इंडिया गठबंधन जीत जाए, लेकिन हमें ईवीएम पर भरोसा नहीं है, हमें चुनाव आयोग पर भरोसा नहीं है.
अरे भरोसा नहीं है आईपी सिंह जी तो नहीं, एक मिनट, अगर भरोसा नहीं है तो वो अपना आप जो विनिंग सर्टिफिकेट होता है सर जो ईसी देती है विनिंग कैंडिडेट को, वो मत लीजिए, रिफ्यूज टू टेक इट.
क्या है
अगर आपको भरोसा नहीं है तो वेट कीजिए जब तक बैलेट पेपर वापस नहीं आ जाता है.
आप बताइए ना, अमेरिका के राष्ट्रपति, अमेरिका के उपराष्ट्रपति, अमेरिका की पहले की सरकारें, ब्रिटेन में, दुनिया में जहां भी डेमोक्रेसी है, किसी को ईवीएम पर भरोसा नहीं है। और ये गलती कांग्रेस से हुई जब श्री लाल कृष्ण आडवाणी और गोविंदाचार्य जी ने कहा कि ईवीएम हटनी चाहिए, तो 2009 से पहले ईवीएम हट जानी चाहिए थी, लेकिन ये अंदेशा नहीं था।
नहीं तो फिर आप लोगों ने उसके बाद जो ईवीएम से चुनाव जीते, आईपी सिंह जी एक बात बताइए सर पीपल हु आर वाचिंग आर डिसर्निंग व्यूअर्स। ऐसे नहीं है कि कोई भी टीवी के सामने बैठ जाता और आप कुछ भी बोलेंगे। When you won the polls, many polls after 2009, which were conducted through EVM, why did you accept the mandate? Dr. Ranganathan, what does it mean? Quickly.
No, I'm sorry to interrupt. IPG, मैं बहुत उनकी इज्जत करता हूं, लेकिन please do not compare Indian EVMs with any other EVMs around the world. Please, this theory has already been debunked. Our EVMs are not connected to the cyberspace. Period. प्लीज आईपी सिंह जी, मैं आपकी बहुत इज्जत करता हूं, ये कनाड मत फैलाएं प्लीज।
संजू वर्मा, राहुल गांधी वॉज इन गुजरात, स्टेज से उन्होंने बोला कि गधा घोड़ा, एक स्पीच आपने सुना होगा, एग्जाम्पल, वो ब्लेम कर रहे हैं गधे और घोड़ों को। व्हेन ही गोज टू बॉस्टन ही स्टार्ट्स ब्लेमिंग द इलेक्शन कमीशन।
You know, Pranesh, first and foremost, let me read out a few lines. And आज तो मैं विक्टिम कार्ड खेलने के मूड में हूं। मैं विक्टिम कार्ड खेलते हुए प्रणेश को कहूंगी, आप मुझे वक्त नहीं दे रहे। अभी विक्टिम कार्ड खेलते हुए संजू वर्मा कुछ कहना चाहती है आपके व्यूअर्स से। प्रणेश जी, देयर आर अ फ्यू लाइंस ऑन सब्र, यानी पेशेंस। सब्र कर बंदे, मुसीबत के दिन गुजर जाएंगे। आज जो तुझे देखकर हंसते हैं वो कल तुझे देखते ही रह जाएंगे। So first and foremost, do not mistake the election commission's patience for its weakness. And this is for Mr. Ranganathan, his supporters, my supporters, Pranesh's supporters, and everybody else who watches Pranesh's show. Do not undermine the credibility of the Chief Election Commissioner. Do not undermine the credibility of India's democratic process. And do not sit here and say कि इलेक्शन कमिश्नर किसी के पल्लू के पीछे छुप गया है, और मिस्टर रंगनाथन who says कि इलेक्शन कमीशन विक्टिम कार्ड खेलता है। नहीं, इलेक्शन कमीशन अपना काम कर रहा है, बड़े सब्र से कर रहा है, बड़ी इंटेग्रिटी से कर रहा है, बड़ी विनम्रता से कर रहा है। और जब the carrot does not work, the stick will come into action within the ambit of the process of law. My first point, is Mr. Ranganathan a bit of a monkey balancer? Yes, of course. Does he at times indulge in whataboutery? Yes, of course. But does he also make good points? Yes, of course. Now let me come to the moot point. ये जो बार बार चीफ इलेक्शन कमिश्नर की धज्जियां उड़ा रहे हैं बैठ के यहाँ पर लोग, should I remind your viewers, Pranesh, there was a man called T.N. Seshan. He was the cabinet secretary
Okay,
under
ma'am, I
Rajiv
think,
Gandhi.
I have run out of patience now. It's okay. We have to do another debate. We'll keep this for some other day. Let's move on to the other topic that we want to discuss.